Hey guys, this is your daily dose of movies. Today I'm talking about action, adventure and drama movie, Alpha. With a budget of $51 million and rating of 6.7 by IMDb. In Upper Paleolithic Europe, 20,000 years in the past, a buffalo herd attracts a tribe. The men, led by Tao, charge at the buffalo once Tao gives the command. As the beasts stampede toward them, the men hurl spears to divert their path. A large number of buffalo are killed as they rush for the cliff's edge. His son Kida tries to take down a buffalo but ends up fleeing the scene as the buffalo pounces on him. The buffalo returns to him and uses its horn to pick up Kida. Tao hurls his spear in an attempt to stop it, but Kida flips the buffalo's horn off as it nears the edge. Prior to this week, Kida and the other lads in his tribe were preparing for their hunter initiations. Kida, on the other hand, is one of the few boys who is capable of crafting razor-sharp spearheads. After that, the boys get into a fight until Tao intervenes and orders them to stop. After that, he goes to Kida and explains to him what he expects of him as he prepares to follow in the footsteps of his father as a leader. Later that night, Kida hears Tao talking with his mother Ro, and she feels that he could not be like Tao because Kida leads with his heart, not his spear. For a hunting journey, the males leave their wives and families behind. At one point, Kida is given the responsibility of starting a fire, but he is unable to accomplish so. She, an old buddy of Tao's, leads a second tribe on the road. To get the younger men interested in hunting, the elders of both tribes send them after a boar. In order to finish off the boar, Tao instructs Kida to execute the final blow, but Kida is unable to do so. The creature's throat gets slit by Tao before he chastises his son for not doing it. After that, the tribes built a fire and prepared to spend the night under the stars. One of Zai's men was killed by a tiger that was stalking them. As a mark of respect, the men leave a rock pile in the morning. The men press further like they have been doing. In the evening, everyone are gathered in a cave for the night. They teach Kida he must look up at the stars and at the painted rock formations left by his ancestors if he has to find his way back home. Also, they come upon wolves, and Tao tells Kida who is the pack's leader. The tribes all meet up to go buffalo hunting. After Kida is pushed over the cliff by one of the buffaloes, Tao tries to reach him, but he is left hanging for his life. There's an edge halfway down where he falls when he loses his grip on the rock. A group of guys, including she and the others, tell Tao it's futile for him to try to climb down to rescue him. Tao is left to mourn Kida's passing, and they have also placed a rock memorial in his honor. Tao and his men leave Zai's clan and head back to their own camp. Kida awoke to find himself still perched atop the carcasses of buffalo. His ankle is also broken and swollen. It's obvious he can't get down, but he tries anyway. Kida manages to hold on until a storm arrives and begins to fill the valley below with floodwaters. Kida lets go of the cliff and plunges into the water, washes ashore on a beach in some remote location. He relocates his ankle and makes himself a cast to allow him to walk. Wolves find him as he makes his way back to his home. He hides in a tree as they pursue him. The alpha gets close to Kida, and he slashes at Wolf with his spearhead. While Kida waits for the other wolves to leave, he finds the alpha laying hopelessly on the ground, his wounds still fresh. The wolf's nature worries Kida, but he takes Alpha to a cave and treats the wound there. They stay in the cave for warmth and protection from the rain. His attempts to be friendly and give her some water, but she growls at him. Kida later kills his first animal, a rabbit, which he eats and shares with Alpha. Even though Kida tries to convince Alpha to leave on her own, she ends up following him back to the village. Kida tries to catch a boar with the help of Alpha on their return journey. They eat the remains after she mauls it. Additionally, Coyote menacingly approaches them. Alpha walks up to the coyote and nestles her face into his, leaving it to run off without a fight. The land is covered in snow as snowstorm starts to hit the land. Alpha and Kida are walking across a frozen lake, which Kida is completely unaware of. He sees another pack of wolves feasting on a carcass, and he worries it's Alpha. Kida rushes toward them but slips through the ice and is knocked unconscious. Alpha makes an attempt to reach Kida, but he uses his knife to cut through the ice. He sets up another fire and removes his cold, wet clothes to share warmth with Alpha. Keda's hypothermia worsens as they go further away from civilization. He and Alpha come across the hut of another man whom Keda finds frozen to death. He tries to find food in the man's house, but unsuccessfully. Keda thanks the man for providing for him by taking his bow and arrow. As the two continue their journey, the avalanche begins. At the same time, they're being pursued by a pack of hyenas, so they have to deal with both threats simultaneously. Keda and Alpha flee as fast as they can to escape. While fleeing an avalanche and hyenas, they discover a cave to shelter in, but as they prepare to stay in the cave for some time, the Black Panther attacks them. Keda preps the bow and arrow before Alpha lunges towards the panther. The two fight until Keda strikes the panther with the arrow. However, Alpha's injuries are quite severe. As she lies by his side, Keda tends to her wounds. Despite this, they continue on their path. It's just a matter of time before Keda discovers the ancestral paint on the rocks, and he knows where he is. The weather worsens, and Alpha is struggling to keep up. It's not long before Keda's condition deteriorates as well. Keda passes out while lying in the snow, and begins to remember the conversation he overheard his parents having about him. Keda is stronger than he believes. Tao commented after Rose said that he should lead with the heart and not the spear. Seeing this gives Keda the push and encouragement he needs to rise up and carry Alpha. Alpha is being carried by Keda in the hope that he would be able to return to the village. He now has a clear view of the village ahead of him. As Keda comes into a village, Tao races to his son and carries him and Alpha inside for safety and warmth. The shaman tends to Alpha as Keda heals. This news caught Keda off guard when he found out that Alpha had given birth to a litter of pups. For their efforts in reviving the tribe, the shaman is pleased with Keda and Alpha. We observe Keda and Alpha relaxing with the pups as the sun sets. Keda and the other tribesmen go on a new hunt with the wolves after they reach sexual maturity. Hope you enjoyed this dose of movies. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya!